So, good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, we are going to continue our lecture number 5 of microwave and optical communication. So, thus far, we have understood lump element model. We last class we understood that we actually model this transmission line, that is from A dash to B dash, how we place each component. So, by understanding their electrical properties. So how this signal travels in transmission line, depending on that, we have find out the equation of this particular component. Okay, and we also understood that this is only for a small section. Now for entire length of my conductor, there will be many more lump element like this. We have identified their units. So we measure this quantities per unit length. So this R will be resistance per unit length, and their actual unit will be ohm per meter. Similarly, your inductance will be Henry per meter, capacitance will be farad per meter, and conductance will be mho per meter. Okay, and these are called primary constant of transmission line. So this you remember when I ask you what are the primary constant of transmission, you supposed to answer this. Okay. So now we will see how does actual transmission takes place. So now we know the primary constant of transmission line. So now we will start our electrical analysis. So once you know the primary constant, then analysis of transmission line can be carried out. So here is my transmission line. So as step number one, everyone knows what to do in step number one. Divide the transmission line into small segment such a way that transit time effect is negligible. So I have divided this particular transmission line into small segments, and each segment is labeled as delta x. Now again we understood that as my frequency increases, my wavelength decreases, and maybe after some hundreds of gigahertz, again this transit time effect will come in picture. So we to eliminate that, we identify step number 2, that we have to assume that size that is very small. So we have to make sure that this limit delta x tends to 0, which means it is not now length, it is a point, right? So this is all we already learned. Now this is my transmission line which I have divided into small delta x. Now what is this delta x? So if I model this delta x length of transmission line, it will contain L inductance, R resistance, C capacitor, G conductance, but these all four quantities are per unit length, right? So this L is inductance per unit length. So now what I will do, I will multiply this L by some length delta x. Then what will happen? This is inductance per unit length, multiply by unit length. You will get L into delta x as your inductance of that particular section. So L multiplied by delta x is inductance of the section or small segment of delta x. Okay. Okay. Now next element is R resistance. So this R is also ohms per meter. When I multiply it by delta x, this will be R into delta x is resistance of this particular length delta x. Similarly, C into delta x is capacitance, that is farad. G into delta x is conductance of this particular length transmission line delta x. Okay, now we will do some electrical analysis. So let's apply some voltage V at the input. What is input? A dash. Input of this transmission line or this small section. So when we apply voltage V of this small section, okay, now we have applied this voltage V. Now we will get some output at P and P dash. We mark this output as V plus delta V. You observe some output over here and we are marking it as a V plus delta V. So if I ask you, so as an electrical engineer or as an electronics engineer, we know that this voltage will definitely will be less than this particular voltage. Why is it so? Because along the line there will be some power loss in line of conductor. Okay. Similarly, if I say at input A and A dash, if I have transmitted current I, so at output I am assuming whatever current I am receiving is I plus delta I. Okay. So these are the assumptions what we have made. Okay. So some input we have applied, some output we will receive, and that output we have named it here. When I apply some voltage, there will be some current flow inside the circuit, and there will be some current flow which will come out from the circuit, and this we have named it as a I and I plus delta I. Okay, so everyone will understand this delta V and delta I is negative. It is not a positive. Okay. So now we will start our analysis in time domain. Okay, so now we will do time domain transmission line analysis. Now I know voltage, I know the current. If I say apply KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law, if I apply here, then my first will be my input voltage, right? What I am applying is V with some space X and at a time T. So this is nothing but this V voltage minus whatever loss going to occur, voltage loss going to occur in this first inductor. So how we represent voltage at inductor? So this L delta X will come as it is, and this will be multiplied by current, or we can say a derivative of current, because it is inductor. Whatever current accumulate minus R into delta X times current, that is I X comma T. Okay. So is it complete equation? No. Now still this voltage across this is pending. There will be minus V plus delta V comma X comma T equals to 0. So when I apply KVL, this is the equation which I will get. When I apply KCL, so what current equation I will get? I X comma T input current minus C delta X d by dt of a particular voltage which is stored inside this capacitor minus conductance that is V plus delta P. Okay, I'm writing it below. It's minus conductance times this X multiplied by some voltage V plus delta V, and this voltage has a suffix X comma T. And then there will be final output current I plus delta I for X comma T. These are the equations when I apply KVL and KCL. When I applied KVL, I got the equation how to apply KCL. So these are the KVL and KCL equations of the lump element model. So now what will be my steps? Step number 2. So I have find out KVL and KCL. Now another step is, since this delta x is coming in picture, what we need to do, we have to divide delta x. Okay, divide this equation by delta x and apply limit delta x tends to 0. When you divide this term by delta x and you apply limit x tends to 0, limit delta x tends to 0, delta v x comma t divided by delta x. Now, if you look closely, what I have done here is this v plus delta v, which is a negative term, I have subtracted it from here. Okay, so this will become minus delta v, right? And that minus delta v, I am keeping it at this side. So now this is delta v x comma t is equal to this deba v comma x comma t divided by deba x, which is equivalent to, now here this r will come as it is, right? When I divided it by delta x, this delta x will go, this r will come as it is, I will come as it is. So I will write it as minus r into I x comma t. Correct. Again, from this L delta x, I am dividing delta x, so only L will come. Now I will write minus L into deba I by deba t x comma t. Right? Similarly, when I do the same equation for, oh my god, for KCL value, then it will be my limit delta x tends to 0, delta I x comma t divided by delta x is nothing but deba I by deba x of x comma t, which is equal to this minus g, delta x is divided v of x comma t minus c deba v by deba t x comma t. Okay, so these are the two equations. If I say this is my equation number 1, this is my equation number 2, these two equations are called as telegrapher's equation. So whenever in exam, whenever I ask that derive telegrapher equation or solve an expression for telegrapher equation, you have to start from the beginning. You apply KCL, KVL. Okay, first you have to assume current and voltage in lump element circuit. Second step will be apply KVL, KCL. Okay, so this is the lump element circuit. Then you have to assume some voltage and current. Then you have to apply KVL and KCL. Next is divide by delta x and apply limit delta x tends to 0. Now, which model? Okay. So now this transmission line can be modeled as this. What we modeled earlier was also correct, that resistance and inductance are in series, capacitance and conductance are in parallel. Even if you see, look here, this is also the same lump circuit equivalent of infinitesimal small section of transmission line. So here you will see G and C are in parallel. So it starts from G and C are in parallel and L and R in series. So this is also one of the representation. Now in this representation, if you look closely, it is equivalent of this. Only this G and C are divided into two and added over here. So capacitance effect are on both the side. So if you look here, this is also similar to this. Only thing is we have repeated this particular section both the places and we have divided it by 2. Okay, this is also a closed form where capacitance we have considered left hand side, conductance we have considered right hand side, and L and R in middle. So since in POSAR this equation is given on page number 49, you can refer page number 49. Only notation difference you will find, I have used x comma t and delta x as my small section, whereas here it is given delta z. So there will be some notation difference, but you can definitely, it is very easy, you can solve that particular section. But only correction in previous slide is, this is the circuit where we have to apply KCL and KVL to get the result. Second point is divided by x and apply this limit delta x tends to 0, and then you will get a telegrapher's equation.